95 vehicles were involved Friday in a multi-vehicle crash in Kazakhstan's Astana-Shushinsk road in the region of Akmola. According to the Ministry of Emergency, 10 people were hospitalized while there were no casualties reported so far. Kazakhstan national road operator Kazavtokhol says the crash happened under low visibility conditions due to a snowstorm and the non-observance of the speed limit. The police have said the evacuation of vehicles is ongoing and that emergency service personnel are also on the site.
A mass car accident occurred at the 153th kilometer of the Astana-Petropavl road. Around 95 vehicles were involved in the crash under low visibility conditions and due to non-observance of the speed limit.
Maldives Meteorological Service has extended the orange alert issued earlier for central territories as the northeast monsoon hits the island country. The weather forecasting body had earlier issued an orange alert from Baat Atoll to Tha Atoll to be in effect from 3 p.m. local time to 7 p.m. local time on Friday. The alert warning on heavy rain and thunderstorms with possible flooding has now been extended until 11 p.m. of Friday night. In this sense, the severe weather conditions have been attributed to the transition between the two monsoons. While the beginning of the northeast monsoon was declared on Thursday, the northeast monsoon had started later than usual this year. Meanwhile, the Maldives National Defense Forces are making efforts to drain the flood in collaboration with the Male City Council. 16 people, including children, were reported dead on Friday after Israel launched missile strikes on several areas in Gaza. According to a spokesman for Gaza Civil Defense, the strikes occurred on Gaza City, the central Maghazi refugee camp, and the southern city of Rafah. On the other hand, the Israeli military reported 3 rockets targeting its territory from the Gaza Strip on the same day. The Israeli army has conducted intense raids in Gaza since October 2023, saying it is an effort to prevent Hamas operatives from regrouping there. However, United Nations rights experts said Monday the North Gaza siege appears to be part of an effort to permanently displace the local population as a precursor to Gaza's annexation.
We are talking about 8 raids in the Gaza Strip, all of them clearly targeting children and civilians. The latest of these raids targeted the Shama area. 3 children were killed and more than 15 were injured, 90% of whom were children. This is a new method that the occupation is using to intensify these airstrikes, not only targeted on homes, but also mostly on gatherings of citizens and those walking in the streets or sitting in front of their homes.
During the year 2024, Russia has increased gas exports to the European Union despite the sanctions imposed by the U.S. In the last quarter of 2024, the European Union imported around 297.9 billion cubic meters of gas, of which 54.45 billion came from the Russian Federation. This represents a 21% increase in Russia's supply to the European nations compared to 2023, which ended with an 18% increase in exports. On the other hand, the United States remained as the second largest exporter of gas to the countries of the European Union, reducing supplies to 51.3 billion cubic meters as equivalent to 17.2%. Around 95 vehicles were involved Friday in a multi-vehicle crash in Kazakhstan's Astana-Shushinsk road in the region of Akmola. According to the Ministry of Emergency, 10 people were hospitalized while there were no casualties reported so far. Kazakhstan national road operator Kazavtokhol says the crash happened under low visibility conditions due to a snowstorm and the non-observance of the speed limit. The police have said the